Zuza were best friends, and I can't believe I even have to tell you guys this, but Chloe even agreed. My best friend passed away, and for a week, maybe 2, you guys were nice, alright? Dagmara has been there for me through very tough times. In fact, she was the only person who really recognized my sobriety, which I am still grieving, and I am gonna be grieving for a very, very long time. So leave me alone.
You guys, tell me why it's starting to look like Samara might actually end up in legal trouble with Zuza's family. Because the way this situation keeps getting worse, I am sitting here like, no. Because this is low-key insane. People started getting uncomfortable after those TikToks where she kept mentioning Zuza and then casually bragged about making thousands and saying thank you, Zuza, like it was part of a storyline. Then she drops almost 500k followers in a few days and people completely changed the way they were looking at her. It went from sympathy to straight concern. And right when everything was already coming apart, Zuza's family stepped in with a statement that basically made everyone rethink who was actually close to her in the first place. After that, everything Samara posted started getting questioned, especially with how unpredictable she's been acting lately. So yeah, if you're wondering why people think that this could turn into something way bigger than normal drama, let's get into it, because things are starting to look serious for real. Before anybody even mentioned a lawsuit, everyone honestly thought Samara and Zuza were inseparable. I mean, I was convinced too. The way that Samara kept talking about her, she made it sound like they were joined at the hip.
I'm living not only for me, but for Zuza. So I'm not fucking dying.
Yeah, cherry coke though. Yeah, she said yeah. But we're living ready now, and we'll be back. We don't know what to do.
But then Zuza's mom spoke, and as y'all already know, that Instagram post changed everything. Zuza's mom basically came out and said that someone was straight up lying about their relationship and that all that stuff being pushed online wasn't showing what Zuza's real friendships actually looked like. She explained that the person Zuza was truly closest to wasn't Samara at all. It was Chloe, a girl in her grade who kept things private and wasn't even online like that. A lot of people don't even realize this part, but when you start telling stories about a minor who passed, or you say things that weren't true about them, it actually affects how they're remembered. And messing with someone's legacy like that can turn into a real problem. Then, out of nowhere, everything snapped into place for people. Even Zuza's mom, Dagmara, ended up blacking Samara from Zuza's old account. At first, everyone thought that Samara had unfollowed the page herself, but she just dropped a video saying that she didn't. She got blocked.
I never unfollowed Zuza. Dagmara decided to block me from Zuza's accounts, and
even in her most recent TikTok, and yes, she dropped another long video, she tried to spin the whole situation again. She tried to smooth over everything from that first crash out video. You guys probably saw that one where she was calling out creators and saying Glow House was fake. But in this new video, she switched lanes completely. She kept saying that she loves Dagmara. She even used her first name like they've been tight this whole time, which already had people raising their eyebrows.
Dagmara has been there for me through very tough times. In fact, she was the only person who really recognized my sobriety.
Then she tried to prove that she was really the best friend. She brought Chloe into it out of nowhere, saying that Chloe told her that she, Samara, was actually Zuza's best friend and that Chloe was jealous about it. And then she claims that this was said after Zuza passed, which made everyone go, wait, why are we hearing this now?
That Zuza told her I was her best friend, and Chloe told me the only reason she told me was because she felt a little jealous in a funny way.
She also added that Zuza could have multiple best friends and that Chloe was one of them too, trying to soften the whole story. But let's be real, that explanation came way too late. It took the family stepping in, the blocking, the spiraling, the backlash for her to finally say any of this.
She told me herself that she wanted me to be really good friends with her and stay close to her And I did exactly that.
And that's when another conversation started. People saying that Samara clearly isn't doing well mentally after losing someone she cared about, which, fair, grief can make anyone unravel a little. But at the same time, that can't become the automatic explanation for every single thing she's been doing lately.
I am still grieving, and I am gonna be grieving for a very, very long time, so leave me alone.
Then everyone remembered how she had already dropped that clip, her singing along to a rap song, showing off the money she made, saying she pulled in 3.8K to 8K, and then ended it with a straight thank you, Zuza.
I don't give a fuck. I don't even pretty point. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
I'm sorry, but what was that supposed to mean? Because that definitely didn't land the way that she thought it would. The comments under that video were brutal, but not random. It was people who had been rooting for her. You had someone saying sad, because I thought you was her friend. And another going, why is she making Zuza's death all about her? And then the one that kept getting reposted everywhere. Samara is obsessed with Zuza, not in a good way. And you could tell people weren't being dramatic. They were genuinely disturbed that she tied money to a girl who isn't even here anymore. From my perspective, I get why everyone had that reaction, because once you see the family already stepping in to say that she was spreading misinformation, watching her turn around and profit off the situation feels off. Then there's the whole Clocket house situation, which somehow is also tied to Samara. The group has like 3 or 4 members right now, and their entire mission is to clock influencers and their parents, which already felt a bit too much considering Samara can't even keep her own situation from blowing up. And the first person they went after was Alexa Sinai. Alexa only talked about everything because she's been through her own loss, so she understood why the whole thing felt off. She wasn't dragging anyone or trying to start drama. She was literally speaking from her real experience. But instead of Samara taking that in like a normal moment of empathy, she allegedly jumped straight into the comments and called Alexa a sick person.
Okay, so it's been brought to my attention that the Clocket house has decided to make me their first victim. I lost a cousin, a young cousin, in a very tragic way recently, and being her family, I would have never tolerated the things that Samara is doing. After my first video, Samara decided to put me on blast in her story and in my comments and call me a sick person just for giving my opinion.
And then Alexa explained the part that sent everyone over the edge. The member threatening her was the same monetized sound promo as her, just ranked lower, meaning if Alexa deleted her video, that member would literally make more money.
I received a threatening DM from a member of the Clocket house who was actually also part of that sound promo campaign and was ranked lower than me, therefore making less money.
So instead of exposing anything meaningful, the Clocket house turned it into this weird little revenge squad, and all it did was make Samara look even more out of touch at the exact moment she needed to calm everything down. Right after that, people noticed something that suddenly made everything feel more off. She wasn't at Zuza's celebration of life. Influencers were there, school friends were there, even creators who barely knew anything were there, but Samara completely missing. By then, the idea that she couldn't handle it emotionally wasn't really adding up anymore. It started looking more the way like she wasn't invited simply because the family didn't trust her enough to have her there. And after everything that's been happening, you couldn't really be shocked if that was the case.
My time with Zuza was so special. I feel like anytime I talk about her, I can't help but smile. I was just crying and I'm smiling now. I can't talk about her without smiling.
But the part that everyone keeps circling back to is if she was doing all of that on camera, saying stuff that wasn't true, using someone's name for content, skipping things she should have actually shown up for, what happens if the family finally hits their breaking point? Because the way this whole situation keeps piling up, it doesn't look like normal drama anymore. It looks like something that could flip on her fast. And if even a little bit of what's being said turns out to be real, that lawsuit rumor people keep whispering about might not be a rumor for much longer.